So the question now I have is that when these are the advantages, and we saw that multiple people had multiple point of views before joining the course, and there are very positive reasons why we should join. So if that is the motivation of people joining, then why the completion is not so high?
I think completion has a lot of dependency. The completion rates, as they call it, has a lot of dependency on the number of entry points. Now, when a resource is available so open, it is natural that most people will try to have a look at it, and they will come in.
No, but even if you think about the MOOCs that you yourself have enrolled for, and you have completed,
and
I have enrolled for
because of the flexibility.
So I have enrolled for more MOOCs than I have completed myself. And one reason for that is that you are ambitious at the time of enrollment. That you are attracted, you feel you want to learn that, and so you say I'll enroll, and later on priorities change and you say that okay, look, or you get a little bit out of it and you're willing to run with it.
Yes.
So that has been the issue for me.
How many will agree with this point that when we look at a MOOC title or even abstract, we expect some range, and we already know that because it is open and flexible, we have a chance of skipping something. Now when the actual MOOC starts, we decide the otherwise. We actually skip a lot and only keep a fraction of it, what we wanted to do. Maybe probably people have a look at only. So I'm coming to the point.
I have an analogy here. So to me, looking at a series of courses available in a MOOC or a bunch of MOOC platforms is like browsing a bookshop. So I'm browsing a bookshop and I buy a bunch of books. I read a little bit out of many of them.
I cannot even buy any book and just walk out. Just read lot of books there itself. I have some very nice
So I buy books, but it takes me a lot of time to complete that
book. But do you read every book, every word? So the analogy to me works that you are interested in the topic, you want to kind of browse through it, get a feel for it, and then
keep it back if you don't like it. So going by the same analogy, now if the bookstore guy says that books are for free, okay, just take whatever you want and you can also browse.
So the bookstore will appear in your house.
Beyond a point, my house will start getting cluttered.
But still, books back into the store.
But still, I think over there also I'll carefully choose the books. I mean, for me, if there is a genre, let's say it's fiction, or let's say it's biographies, I'll just select.
My house is my bookstore.
Yes, it works in a way that so people will still take but not read is exactly what.
So I won't take books that I know for sure that I won't read.
You are one of the sample.
Correct. One of the
who will be choosy while taking, and
but if you think there is a chance I might read it, you might pick it up.
Yes.
There's a higher likelihood you might pick it up if it's free.
Yeah, there is a higher likelihood.
Higher likelihood, that's all. If you're not going to read it, there's no way, because then it will be junk, and that's a bigger problem.
Correct.
So I think
the owner allows you to just tear out a chapter and go home.
I know destroy books.
Not that way.
It's like he allows you to Xerox
one chapter of your choice.
Of the book.
I'm saying it's whether knowledge taking is more modular in nature, and you would love to.
Actually, you know what I would like? If I knew that the bookstore was close to my house and I could go whenever I wanted to, I would just go there, read when I wanted to, have the coffee they serve and come back. Because the atmosphere is also pleasant. It's not the book as much as the whole experience and access.
So I think the book analogy we can
it's very good.
We can move, but I think we're done with that analogy.
Yeah. And this is the MOOC is a bookstore. It's that analogy.
Correct.
Now the other thing, the MOOC is a class.
MOOC is a class. Is the other analogy. Where the connect is the important thing.
Okay, I have a different reason. Okay, I mean I agree with this reason also, but my reason comes now from the interaction and human perspective. So I'm not making an analogy with the bookstore, because to me MOOC is not. I mean, it's more of a living thing. It's more like my fitness classes. Okay. Why? So I go for multiple fitness classes. The ones where there are fewer people, I know the teacher and I know my fellow participants, okay? There is a little bit of a responsibility towards them. It's like I know they're expecting me to come. Nobody will yell at me. But if nobody shows up, the teacher is alone and I feel bad. And if all of us go, the class is a wonderful class, you know, because it's not just the
Close
teacher.
knit.
It's not just one-on-one.
Yes.
On the other hand, I recently just dropped out of a class which was happening in IIT. There were 70 people, okay? And I didn't know the teacher. I didn't like the teacher. That was a separate thing. And it was so impersonal, and she was just doing her own thing. There were some students who were great, and I was just trying to emulate them, but there was no connect for me in that class at all.
So just
So
why that?
I don't know if that's just the massiveness or the lack of connect.
I think connect. Connect is the point. I think, but so
Where the connect is the important thing. I mean, you have to either connect to the instructor or to other people in the class. I mean, there has to be that feeling of togetherness.
Yeah, and the feeling that I matter. Either I matter in some way, that somebody cares about my learning or my presence, or I mean, that's what happens to even in college, when the attendance became non-mandatory. Either it was that, okay, if I don't go to class, I can't pass the exam. That was one motivation. Can't pass the exam, or I really want to learn this something. But there was also this thing that, look, if I show up there, there's somebody who's noticing it. And that was both a nice thing as well as a responsibility.